Hello everyone, this is Martin. Welcome back to another weekly video, and I'm glad that you've joined me for this coming week. First of all, thank you very much to all the new subscribers. I can't believe that I'm getting a lot more subscribers, and well, I can believe it. I mean, I do produce some amazing stuff. So thank you very much for watching, and I want to jump right into some slides, guys, because this week is super important. This is a video about technical analysis, how to see the trend, and I've got 5 different ways for you to see the trend. Okay, now let's jump right in. Here's the chart, guys, and take a look. You can see prices kind of came down a bit, up. There's a bit of an exhaustion. These are small tiny candles. Price went down, and then take a look at this. Here we have a price pattern here, and it looks like price could probably go higher, or will price go lower? This is something that I want to find out from you guys. What do you think? Is price going to go higher, or is price going to go lower? Okay, the real problem is most traders, especially the newbies and people just getting into the Forex trading, they don't really see the trend, or they don't know how to see the trend, and this causes a lot of confusion and frustration. I mean, take a look right here again. We're at the hard right edge, and let's fast forward, and you can see what happened right here again at the hard right edge. So instead of price going higher, which we thought, here is a pattern. See right there, there's a pattern. Okay, we thought price was going to go higher. No, we're dead wrong. And guess what? This is what happens all the time, right? Don't you get into a trade, you think it's going to go higher, then shortly after it reverses to the downside, right? Or you're getting into a trade and you think it's going to go down, but then shortly afterwards it reverses to the upside. That is a major cause for anxiety and stressful trading, isn't it? Okay, guys, this is me again. My name is Martin, and I'm a proud Canadian trader right here from Toronto, Canada. Again, welcome all new subscribers. This is terrific and helping my channel grow. So, again, how to see the trend, and what I want to mention is, first of all, have you heard of this expression before? A trend is your friend, right? It's a very common expression for trend traders. Well, guess what? A trend may not be your friend. It's a maybe, but only if you're a trend following trader. But it's a not really. The answer would be not really if you are a short-term or scalping type trader. Okay, now what is a trend? Okay, let's define exactly what a trend is. A trend is when price is moving in one easily seen direction. So the key word is easily seen. You have to be able to see it, and it continues with momentum. Momentum is another word that describes trends, right? Trends continue with momentum. So trading with momentum rather than against it increases your odds for success. Make sense? Okay, what is trend trading then? So we know what the trend is, but what is trend trading? Well, here we go. You're trading with the trend. You're following where price is going. So if price on your chart seems to be moving up and going higher, then we're in an uptrend and you're following the price. Okay, so you want to get in and follow where price is going. Or if you see price on your chart coming back down, okay, and coming back down lower, then you want to get in at some point soon and follow the trend on its downward path. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to show you some charts now, which are going to clearly show you how to see the trend. I've got some great tips and advice for you, and I've got some things that perhaps you've never seen before, or you're not going to find on the internet. So let's get on to the first chart. Okay, I've got the charts up, and you're taking a look at the MT4 trading platform. Now, when you first get the MT4 platform on your computer and you open the charts for the first time, you're going to see what's called default charts. This is what your charts pretty well are going to look like. They're pretty ugly, and sometimes they're even hard to follow. So it's really important that step number 1, make the charts, change the chart parameters to something that's pleasing to your own eye and to your preferred look, okay? And by that I mean, let's go over here. So you can see I've changed this chart right here, the default chart, to something that looks a lot more pleasing. And you can see I've changed the candlesticks to white and black. So white, when you see white candlesticks, they are bullish candles, and when you see black candles right here, black candles, they are bearish. So this is the 1 hour chart. I believe this is the British pound Australian dollar, and you can see that actually, let me just zoom in a bit. There you go. So you can see it's pretty easy to see. White for going up, black for going down. Black means bears are in control. White means the buyers or the bulls are in control. Okay, so we're going to be looking at quite a number of charts, and we're going to start off on the this orange vertical line from this point forward to the right side. Okay, so this is the first thing. You want to turn your charts to better looking charts. Now, number one, this is the first way. I've got 5 different ways for you to see the trend on the charts, but this is just one of the ways. Okay, let's take a look. We want to turn the charts into a line chart. Okay, I've done that right here, and we're going to draw support and resistance. Now, the reason we do this, okay, so here's the kind of a regular chart which you could use, showing you the white bullish candles, the black bearish candles. But when you switch to a line chart, there's the tool above your chart on the toolbar, allows you to change the candlesticks to a line chart. And what it does, it gets rid of all the noise. So I'm just going to scroll. You can see it's pretty easy to see, right? Pretty easy to see. And there's no noise in the chart. It's just a plain blank, it's a plain line that shows you the close of each candle. The close of each candle, okay? And this is what you want to do, okay? Support and resistance. Now, some of you may not know what that means. Let me go back to the beginning. So you want to take your rectangle tool, okay? Draw a shape, and you want to join as many of these peaks and valleys as you can, as long as you see them in a row, okay? So here is, take a look at the chart. Here is a valley. Here's a valley, so that is support, okay? Let me just go here. Let's do another one here. Okay, take a look. That is resistance, okay? And I'll explain what that is in a second, okay? Now, the next one is, let me just draw another zone. But these are what we call support and resistance zone. Okay, take a look. So take a look. We have a peak right here, a peak, a peak, a peak. You want to join as many peaks as you can. Here's a valley. When you can join them both, that means this is a strong key level, and price has to go from here and jump to the next area. So let me just go across there, okay, just so that you get a better idea of what I'm talking about. And this is what we call what? Up or downtrend, guys? It's pretty easy to see now, right? Let me just get my drawing tool. So just a second. Okay, where it is? Right here. This is in an uptrend, okay? And one way is drawing a line chart and seeing the different zones. So when you see price jump from one area or one level to the next, and then to the next, and then it doesn't go higher, it does not break above this resistance. In fact, we're gonna move the charts over. You see it bounced right down here to support. So support, again, for those people who don't know, is the floor. If you were to bounce a ball down to your ground, to your feet, it would bounce right up, right? It can't go lower, so that's the floor. If you were to bounce a ball higher to the ceiling, it would hit the ceiling, come back down, most likely hit you on the head, of course, and that is the resistance. So ceiling is resistance, support is floor, okay? So I just want to take this off. Let's quickly scroll the chart, okay? And what we want to do is keep scrolling across, okay? So you can see now, and let's look for the next area right here for support. We want to join the valleys, okay? So let me get my rectangle right there, okay? So here we have support, It's a valley, a peak, right? And so you can see what's going on here, guys. Price is now coming back down. How do we know it's a downtrend? Okay, because take a look here. Price came here and then went into this area, broke through support, bounced up to resistance, and finally broke down again into this zone, in this area. So when you see price moving from zone to zone to zone, or you can call it level to level to level, that's another way of seeing the trend. Okay, so this is just one of the ways. Let me take that off and let's move on to idea number 2. Okay, now idea number 2, we got high and low cycles. Now this is the traditional concept of trading with a trend. You want to be able to see in an uptrend higher highs and higher lows. Okay, and we're going to do that right now. So let me get my drawing tool. Okay, so here we have a low and we have a high, right? Okay, then all of a sudden we have a slightly higher high and a slightly higher low. Okay, now we have a higher high, higher low. See, so you see how price is moving up and down like the ebb and flow of an ocean. Okay, okay, do you see that? There's a low, here's a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Do you see that? This is what's called the price cycles. So price cycling from low to high, back down to low to high, low to high, to low to high, to low to high. You see that? And that establishes and defines the uptrend. That's the uptrend, right? Okay, so let me take that off. And I want to move the chart forward. And when you know a trend is coming to an end, that's very important, right? How do you know price is exhausted? Using this analysis of cycles, price cycles. Well, let's do this for a second. Okay, again, pay attention. Here's a low. Okay, here's a high. Here's a higher low, right? Okay, you see that? Here's a higher high. Okay, here's a higher low. This does not go higher. Okay, you see that right there? And this does not go lower. Okay, all of a sudden though, we have a, what's this? A lower high. This is lower than this high, right? And as soon as price comes back down right here, this is a lower low to this low, or to this low, right? These two lows are about the same. See? So all of a sudden, you see what's happening? Okay, again, price is cycling down from lower highs to lower lows to a lower high to a lower low. And let me just round that. I just want to take that off for a second. You can see price is rounding, and then now making its way down again. So that establishes the trend, and that's how you can see the trend, just using simple price action without anything on the charts. Again, for an uptrend, we're looking at higher highs and higher lows, and for a downtrend, looking for, you guessed it, lower highs and lower lows. Here's a lower high to this previous high, lower low. Okay, so you can see prices cycling. Okay, and that's a definition of a trend, and it's easy to see on the chart, but not everyone can do that. So now we're going to go to number 3. Okay, what would number 3 be? Well, this is probably the easiest. This is one of my favorites. This is what I use, so pay attention, guys. You're going to be adding moving averages. Okay, moving averages, and that is super important. So that is my number 3, and it's up to you what moving averages you want to put on, but the concept is one of the averages is a long-term moving average. It could be an 89, it could be a 100 simple moving average, it could be 200. The inner one here is a shorter moving term average. It could be a 21 moving average, an 8 moving average, a 34. You have to play around and see what works best for you for the price pair. And I just want to, there we go. I want to make the chart a little bit bigger so you can see. And obviously the idea is when price, you can see right here, when price is above both the short term and the longer term moving average, we're in a fairly good consistent uptrend, okay? And when you see the moving averages cross, as we do here, we want to get ready. We want to get ready for a move to the possible downside. Okay, it's a possible move to the downside. Usually when price crosses, this is what we want to wait for. We want to wait for price come down, then come back up to retest the moving averages again. And once the moving averages start separating, like right here again, we know the downtrend is being established. Okay, so again, as in the previous chart, we're looking for a cycles here, price cycles making a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So guys, I'm giving you some pretty good advice here on where to look for your different price entries, okay? Right there, okay? And it's up to you to come up with a strategy that takes advantage of the moving averages. For me, moving averages make the process of seeing the trend very, very, very simple. And it's just a matter for you for you to get some moving averages on your chart and to figure out what works best. So let's take a look. Let's scroll the chart. You can see we're in a downtrend right here. Price is below the moving averages, okay? And now we have a cross right over here. Okay, let me just do that, okay? It's a cross, and you can see price. You not necessarily get in right away, but you may want to wait for a retest, okay? And then again, price goes higher, okay? And then we have another cross right over there. Okay, you can see the cross over there, and then we'd be looking for a continuation to the downside. Again, the key is look to the left here, guys, and right here we have a swing low. So that could be another way of looking at opportunities for getting into the trade. Okay, I'm just going to take that off, and let's move the chart so you can see here long term. You could use moving averages, which is a terrific way. Should give you some really good ideas. And the best thing is, remember to always zoom out on your chart so you can see the trends a lot easier this way. Again, it's up to you to choose which moving averages you want to use. But for me, you know, this is a terrific way for seeing the trend. Okay, now we've got the next method, number 4. And that is moving. Okay, let me just talk about that for a second. And I've got to change this. So it is using the trend lines. Okay, let me just type that in for a second. Trend lines. Okay, so that should, there we go. Okay, so again, we're going to move the charts, and you can see that if you added a trend line, there we go. Okay, can you see that there? Looking for price to stay above the trend line. Look, and by the way, when it comes to trend lines, I wouldn't use them by themselves. I would combine them with the moving averages. That's probably the best combination. And take a look what happens, how price respects the trend line, the moving averages. Then look at putting together a strategy to take advantage of that. Now, when price is going up, you want to draw the trend line below price, okay? And when price is coming down, okay, you want to draw, when price coming down, you want to make sure you're joining the tops of these candlesticks, okay? So price coming down, you want to draw a trend line above price and going up below price, okay? So let's move right along, and you can see how this works here. Okay, so here you can see definitely below the trend line, okay, and here, let me do this. Okay, and then you can look for reversals, okay, but only look for reversals. Let me just move that. When you have a crossover. So the first thing is that the first signal would be the crossover for the trend, okay, showing you that there's a possible reversal. Price goes up, comes back down, and you could look for an entry opportunity right there and catch that part of it. But trend lines is also a terrific way to see the trend, guys. And then I've got one more for you. Okay, you can see up here, and this is a really good example for trend line. Okay, so trend line, when price is above the two moving averages, like right here, and above the trend line, that is a terrific way of seeing the trend. Now, also remember, the moving averages and the trend lines also act as support. Okay, remember support. Okay, support and resistance. So I will do that. So here you can see support. Okay, support. You see this price came down to this orange moving average right there. So that would be an area of support, and obviously you're looking for a bounce higher and then looking at getting in according to your strategy. Okay, so let's take that off, and we got one last one, and this one's a really good one. You're not going to find this easily, guys, but if you start searching the internet, this may help you. And it's called, I talk about adding color. Okay, you can see that right here. I've done this myself for my own charts and for my own students, but this is a terrific way. So take a look. Again, I'm zooming out, and you can see when price is above the green here, you're looking for buy opportunities. When price is below the red or the pink, you're looking to sell, right? And again, you can find these are free indicators on the charts. I'm sorry, on the internet, guys. You just have to search for them and then color code them the way you want. You can move. These are based on moving averages, by the way, so you can change the parameters of the moving averages. But take a look, guys. It's really super simple to see. Okay, switch to a 4-hour chart. You can see on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so you can probably put together a nice trading strategy just based on this concept with the colors. And again, remember what I said at the beginning. When you want to see the trend, you want to make sure that you can see this easily. It has to be easily seen. Otherwise, it's not a really good, strong trend. And you always want to trade in the direction of the trend, okay? Okay, guys, I've got a final huge tip for you. I mean, this is a monster tip. The best way to see the trend is to zoom out of your chart and look at the bigger picture. So if you're having a hard time seeing the trend, then move to a higher time frame, okay? At least look at the next higher time frame. So if you're trading on the 5-minute chart, look at the 15-minute chart or the 30-minute chart. If you're trading on the 1-hour chart, then look at the 4-hour and the daily chart to see if you can see the trend. The higher time frames dictate the direction of price, okay? They are the mother chart, and you should always follow the direction of the higher time frame. But if you're like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're a scalping type trader or short-term intraday trader, trends may not be that good for you. Instead, you may want to trade off of price levels like the support and resistance zones. Remember, higher time frames have less noise, less whipsaw, less false breakouts, and that's when trends are most likely to be intact and stay in the trend for a while. So ride the trend till it ends for the biggest profits. Now, again, this is me, guys. Hi. Subscribe to my channel. I'm really asking you to subscribe. Click on the subscribe link and the bell. Little bell will comes up, because that's the one way for you to receive the video right onto your inbox. And don't forget to click on the like button. Guys, click on the like button. Tell me how much you liked the video, and I've got many more for you. Every week I've got a new video. So take care, everyone. If you've got a comment, place it below the video, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.